Hi, I'm putting a message out to Ukrainians. From what I hear from the Lord, you guys should probably just rally together. Simplest thing, okay? Zelensky's a fucking piece of shit, alright? Fighting against Putin, it seems to be in vain. It seems to be worthless. Putin knows all this shit about all the sickos that do the sickest of things, from the, vampire people, vampire-like people, vampire wannabes or whatever, to the, Biolabs and all that. There's Biolabs in Ukraine. So basically, you're in Ukraine. If you people are in Ukraine, just find all the Biolab companies. Just go take out the Biolabs, take out their headquarters. Figure that stuff out. It's not that hard, especially these days. People using like LinkedIn and Facebook and shit. And, take out the Biolabs people, whack Zelensky. That's probably not that hard. Trump, I wish you would just. There's Trump. No man, no woman, no commie can stump him. But, you just whack the Biolabs people, the pedopimps, the vampire people, whack Zelensky, he's a fucking no Biden loser, and, that'd be pretty simple. I bet you that war would stop pretty quick. Maybe the US can send some stealth bomber assassins over there or something, so small bombs, lasers, maybe some sponge bombs. That's what I'd like to do. Yeah. So Ukrainians, I mean, your shit's going to shit anyway. It's fucking outright war, terror, chaos. You gotta think, cut through the bullshit. How's the Illuminati tricking you? Russia, the United States, every single country it's ever gotten its hands in and tricked, it finds a bunch of satanic, loser, scumbag pieces of shit. Whether they're in China in the CCP, whether they were in Balaamite Hollywood, whether they were in P. Diddy's dirty circus, slave dealers, Oprah, dirty CIA, dirty agents, dirty cops, like Trump said, big tech, crooked cops, and China. And China is like any of them is China. Okay, it's like CCP China. There's some Christian folk, Chinese people that live out in the suburbs that want nothing to do with the rest of the CCP China. Not those people, but the rest of the people. And these people that think that they have power and they wield it in this way, it's all by lies and deception and trickery. It's just like, globalist bullshit, like fake weather problems that don't exist, fake vaccines. They're torturing things, trying to force horror and mutation. They're causing some of this stuff themselves. They're even torturing insects now. I'm really not happy with you people. I'm not even a murderous person, but if God let me cut all your fucking heads off and light y'all on fire, I would. Because I know it's the duty of what's right and what's wrong. It's just basic common sense. Real warfare is when good actually wins over evil, and that's the whole thing. You evil people don't flip or blow the whistle, repent, relent, and come clean and admit we all know you're full of shit, and God knows. You can't kill the truth. The truth just comes right back. It already did come back to life, Jesus did. And we're part of Jesus. And we can actually claim all that stuff. So, there's really nothing you people can do. If you had a horrible, miserable vampire life of being cannibals and child molesters and child murderers and snuff pornographers and everything else, biolabs, torturing animals, treating everything like shit, the best you could do would be to completely flip and just repent and actually come out clean. If you can get away with walking away, if God lets you, and says, wow, they actually flip, they actually repent, they want to quietly go out of, this, that. If not, blow whistle, I don't know. Do it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But you Ukrainians, I would say, cut through the bullshit. Look, the problem is Zelensky and the pedo pizza people with their vampire adrenochrome, pedophilic MK Ultra shit. Biolabs is intermixed with it. They often depend on drugs, we all know, for various reasons. People who rape kids like to drug kids, and Spanish fly people. So they have a variety of drugs and pharmakia and their witchy potions and all to try to put people into the pit of bewilderment because, again, one of their only tactics is they could try to confuse you. If they can't bemuse you with lies and bullshit stories like Disnom shit, they'll try to confuse you. The other thing is then they'll try to beat you and rape you and beat you down. Oh, we'll make you afraid of us. So then they try to do fear mongering. It's all the same shit. They only have so many tactics, though. So I would just say, Ukraine, get that fucking Pizzagate fucking piece of shit, little cowardly pedopimp out of your government, and, just get rid of that guy and get rid of these biolab people. I mean, if I was in a state of all-out war here in the United States, I would just go right for the Chinese embassy, the headquarters of anything like this shit I could find. I'd go down to UPenn, I'd go down to Temple, I'd be shooting up their biolabs, burning them down. If I could save the animals and throw them out, if not, I'd mercy kill them all and just burn them down and say, go back to God, animals. The rest of you are going right to fucking hell to burn in the lake of fire or something like that. And, but if you're already in a state of all-out war, what do you really have to lose? Go for the real enemy, Let's say UN, WHO, CDC, we got the NIH shit going on. It's almost done, though. A lot of it's been defunded. It has to be defunded. This is how they do it. They spin everybody around. They blackmailed all these people, put pedophiles and vampires in charge and said, no, you'll do this and that. And then they're all, big boys, big toys, international players. So they're all over the place, worldly, globalist, blah, blah. Bill Gates, Ed Buck, needle fetishing. They're always, they want to shoot up kids. And then the other ones are sick, demonic pieces of shit. They want to give little babies vaccines. None of this is necessary. None of this is even good science. It's not good science at all. Just like that Hungarian commie that came here. She worked in Temple and then she worked in UPenn. Biden was getting money, was filtered through UPenn. UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, is involved. They were paying Biden. Now it's been Biden's stunt double since then because Biden's been dead for years. But he was getting $1 million a year out of UPenn as some type of honorary faculty member. What a bunch of shit. Just like Epstein had a fake college degree, alright? But if it was all-out war here, I joke, I say my thing was like Pujalcom, no sex, no guns, gang, gang. I really don't use guns, but I walk with the Lord. He has the horrible weapons of death. The thing is, if it was all-out war in my country, I'd see the same problem is everywhere. It's the same people, I would, like I said, go right for the Chinese embassy, anything at the headquarters with the UN, CDC, WHO, anything tied to the WEF, these disgusting colleges that use the NIH grants and they all racketeer together to do Satanism. It's like animal, bestial, Gesellschaft, torture, snuff porn. That's what they're running a racket of. That's what they're into. You have to be into that to do that. A person like me would never do it. You understand the difference? You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me billions of dollars to do it. I'd rather have my integrity. I'm a good person. Money or no money, I've been in this since I communed in the spirit. And when they all came to me with all their questions and everything, it was, money or no money. I'll talk about anything. I'll deal with anything. So that's that. But you can't buy me out. You can't, you gotta understand there's spiritual beings here too. Like me, I do walk in the spirit. So people gotta remember that. Walk in the spirit. You're a realm with money and you need some money, fine, blah, blah, blah. But just don't worship money, don't sell out for money. There's crazy lessons God can teach you, even to the point of you don't even need to eat the food of this world to live, that you can just live by Jesus and just live in the spirit. I've been finding this one out. It's pretty crazy. I think NASA knows about that somehow. I'm not trying to hide the teachings. I'm trying to spread the Torah and tell the truth. I'd rather save people and let them see how life excels over death and the God of life can actually save and do anything like Jesus said. But anyway, Ukrainians, if you're in all-out war anyway, might as well try to save your country and go for the real problem. Like I said, pedo pizza mob, Zelensky is obviously involved, and the Biolabs people. They all work together. Okay? If you got any red shoe fake Catholics and all that with their blood-drinking, child-molesting Hollywood shit, get rid of them too. You gotta realize there's real people that are actually Christians and Catholics and Jews. There's real ones, and then there's like Jesus said, the synagogue of Satan, he calls them fake Jews. I call them fake Jews, fake news. Alright? God bless you guys. It's never luck, so I don't say good luck, but God bless you. And, you know, I would say wax Zelensky and France too. What God's been saying on these channelings and everything is Macron's a fucking piece of shit. Him and his, like, some fucking fake wife or whatever. And, I don't know, I'd say France also, same thing. Whack the Biolabs people, whack the Red Shoe people, whack the MK Ultra Clinton Walnut Sauce Cannibal people, and whack Macron. You know? Makes sense. You know, where do you go from there? Don't go backtracking, don't go looking to the WEF or the UN for help. And you see how much damage the UN has done? You go through the Bilderbergers, Trilateral Commissions, Balaamites, Hollywood, they're all connected. The Red Shoes, the UN, it's all Satanist, satanic consortiums, science places call themselves consortiums, you know. Another thing from the Bible, real quick, while we're talking vocabulary, God says if they call themselves a confederacy, so you've heard the word, like, the Confederates, and, like, remember in the United States, the ones that lost the war, and you hear confederacy or federation, sometimes is like that too, but watch out, because he says have nothing to do with them, alright? So another thing to steer away from. Okay? Burn the biolabs. You know, burn their CEOs, burn their workers, burn their Nazi death nurses, these fake essential workers. Oh, you need us. No, we don't need any of you satanic whack jobs. You bitches would put needles in little tiny babies. And they already proved that here. There was pediatricians in Philadelphia. I'm in Pennsylvania. I mean, I saw this shit on like CBS and PBS and shit. You know? They were making it up as they went along. Oh, no, we'll cut the dose in fifths and inject them with it. None of these kids needed that. These people are just satanic, like Ed Buck and Bill Gates, and they just want to put needles in your kids, and they want to dirty them up, because these people also rape and eat kids, some of these people. They don't give a fuck. They're trying to fuck us up no matter what they do. They're probably just going to burn in fucking hell. I'll tell you the truth. So, empower each other, tell the truth. Get rid of the really bad guys. There's no point in going back and forth with normal civilians that are confused by all these whack jobs. Why don't y'all just, in Russia too, think about it, normal Ukrainian people, normal Russian people, you know, all y'all go after the biolab people, like I said, the fucking WHO, CDC, UN, WEF, you know, over here, God's getting rid of them all anyway. Said he's even getting rid of the IRS and the FED, okay?